Stan Rapp, co-founder of Rapp. You've been in advertising in around 50 years. What do you think is wrong with advertising today?
The same thing that was wrong with it 50 years ago. It's what I call non-vertising. These are ads that are done for the creative enhancement of the creative director rather than to sell the product or service. And they have three characteristics. The headline doesn't select who is wanted to read this. The body copy is set in minuscule size type, often against a reverse background. It's unreadable. There's no call to action in today's world, to the internet 50 years ago, to the telephone, so that you can continue what the ad starts and start a relationship with that person.
Your solution to this you call entangled marketing. How did you come up with that?
Interesting. I picked up a copy of a magazine called Scientific American, which I read as someone who is fascinated by science, but doesn't know very much that a scientist would know. And in it I found an article about the quantum world. Fascination with quantum mechanics continues and grows. And it talked about two particles being entangled, and that the fundamental principle of quantum mechanics was entanglement, and how these particles never let go of one another no matter the distance between them. Wow. I said, wouldn't it be great if we had a relationship with our customers that never let go, and that we shared our experiences, and it was a continuum that would go on and on and on in an enduring, wonderful relationship. Entanglement, maybe that's the word I've been looking for to describe what the new business model is of the digital age.
And how should this entanglement play out in marketing?
It plays out across three avenues, two of which we're very familiar with, and the third is where there's a lot of learning needed, as we discussed in our talk today, Sebastian and myself. First, of course, we can be far more personal than we ever could before, and the data is there, whether it's in the cloud, whether it's in your ongoing information you're getting every minute of the day about what your customer's doing. And of course, it's there in research that you do. We still do classical research, is still enormously helpful, focus groups and the rest. So we can be personal. And in many ways, many marketers are personal and relevant in how they get engaged in the social media, which we now have, and which more channels keep arriving all the time. So the problem is engagement is in the now, in the here and now, and it can be followed by disengagement very easily. And it is, because there's so much going on that screen. What we need is entanglement, which is the next step in marketing, which forms an enduring, mutually beneficial relationship with the consumer or with a customer, with a business client, the kind of relationship that simply could not exist before. Yes, the madmen back then did some weird things, but they also did what made sense given the mass reach of television and a few other media channels. Being from direct marketing at that time, I was an anti-madman myself, in that I was saying that, wait a minute, all that's fine, positioning, getting the right perception in the brain, but you really can do things to have a direct relationship. In those days, we said direct instead of one-to-one. They didn't listen. And we went on, and what happened when the internet came along, it was a rocket booster that took direct marketing into a whole new place, which is where we are today, and why we have this digital conference here in Copenhagen.
Stan Rapp, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.